What's up, guys? So this weekend I came in, did a little bit of work on the Heavy in the Street TG. Sometimes I just like to work by myself, be in my thoughts or whatever, and just have that time by myself to work on cars so I can actually think about what I'm doing. I just wanted to be alone. So I want to take you in the shop and show you a little bit what I did this weekend. All right, so the car needed a little bit of work. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. We weren't sure if we wanted to use a tucked radiator or the old pink radiator that was in here. Mainly we didn't want to use this just because it's sitting around. Wasn't sure if it had any holes. Didn't want to pressure test it. Didn't want to get it stripped so we could re-anodize it the new pink. And we just kind of want to retire that setup. So good radiator though. But we moved on to a tucked radiator from the right-hand drive EG. We weren't going to be using it anymore. So I had to do a little bit of work to get it to fit in here. This side of the core support was already cut, and this side wasn't previously. So I just had to cut out this side of the core support and get this centered and lined up and drill a couple holes to get it mounted. It was easy. I just had to do a few things. 45 minutes later, radiator's mounted. I just reused the hose from the right-hand drive EG for the radiator. Found a few plugs that I needed to plug up the K-tune thermostat housing. You know, just button it up the rest of the way. It needed a few things on throttle body. K-tune map sensor 4-bar. Got the hardware for that. Got the throttle cable mounted. Found some O-rings for the fuel. Used the fuel line out of the right-hand drive EG. We did send some pink fittings to get done, and we were waiting on those. They never came back from anodizing for whatever reason. They got lost in the mix. So I used this old line later on. We might switch it out, but we're just trying to get it running. And once everything runs fine and we got some time and we can send those off to anodizing, we'll get them done and then switch out the line. Got everything else buttoned up for the most part. Just need a wiring, a fan wiring right here. The old plug got broken off at some point from the old setup, so I need to put a new plug in here, wire this in. Got all the powers ran for the Odyssey battery, the alternator, the starter, and then the charge post wires. So I also installed the traction bar too, got that all buttoned up, pretty much everything in the suspension, everything all tight, ready to go. But here's the new pink done on the BWR traction bar, pre-torsion with all new bolts and everything ready to go. Basically, there's not too much left. Just do that, fill it up with fluids. I'll probably end up putting distilled water in here with water wetter. I don't like to use coolant. You're not allowed on most tracks anyways with coolant. We're not sure what we're going to do with this, whether it's for sale, track it. I don't know what we're going to do. Let us know down below in the comments what you want to see us do with it. If you want to buy it, throw us a price, let us know. You know, if you want to see us track it, let us know. Just tell us something in the comments because we have no idea what we're going to do with this car, and we just need something to do with it, or it needs to go somewhere else because it can't stay here anymore. We got projects to do. One of the things that was kind of holding us up on this was deciding what intake we were going to use. We were going to get this or put this on, but this is when we were going to be using the other radiator, and at that point this would have fit with the velocity stack and everything. But since we went with the tucked radiator, this setup isn't going to work anymore, so we had no choice but to use this one, which this one's fine. We're just going to end up polishing it out. But for now, I just installed it for the sake of starting the car and making sure everything run goods on it, and I actually kind of like it. So maybe we'll just clean it up, make it look good, and it's home forever. All right, so besides just the small tad things that we need, hooking up the fan, doing the plug on the back of the motor, and then putting coolant inside this car, one thing that's important that we need to finish, because this car used to be, or was trying to be, a race car, the brake setup in this, it was set up to be a hand brake for the rear and then just pressure in the front using the wheel wood. So we want to change that back to more like a street car with a factory proportioning valve underneath the dash. Before we actually get to drive this car on the street, that's something else I'm going to have to do. I didn't want to do it. I'm too big. Frank's just like, oh, it's underneath the dash. It's easy. Just lay under there. And I'm like, I'm pulling out the dash. But Frank seems to think he can install laying under there, so I might just let him do that because I'm way too big to be laying underneath this dash. It hurts my ribs, hurts my back. I just want to avoid that. So we still got to figure out what we're going to do with that. For now, get this thing running, get some fluids in it, put some power to it. Hopefully it starts up, man, because it's been a while since it started. Might have to drain the gas too, but who knows? Fingers crossed. One of the last things I got to do on this car, the Z3 motor had an oil cooler. I'm pulling the oil cooler off of here because the water pump that he has on here came off of the A3 and it doesn't have a spot for the oil cooler line. So I'm going to end up taking that off. I just got to order a couple parts from Honda for that. So basically what you got to do for that is pull the oil filter off, pull the oil filter holder off, and then the oil cooler comes off. So I just got to get the part numbers from that, and then I'll just call Honda and order them. I have an idea what plugs I need from Honda. I'm just going to go look on the website real quick, get a couple part numbers, and give the local Honda dealership a call and see if I could get them ordered. All right, so I found the part numbers that I needed. It's going to be an oil filter holder, and then it's going to be 18mm plug seal, which plugs the back port on the back of the block for the coolant. I think it's the return, because the water pump feeds it and then goes through the oil cooler and then it returns it back in the block. So I'm getting that plugged at. It's an 18mm plug seal. So these are the two part numbers for that. I'm going to call Honda right now and see if they got those.
Sure, home of the car doc. This is Martha. How may I direct your call?
Hi Martha, can I get Ricky and parts please?
Yes, one moment, please.
Thank you. Hey, what's up, man? It's RC from Downstar.
What's up, man? What's going on?
We had the parts that we needed. We're going to head up there right now, try to get those picked up or whatever, because we're going to be too busy today. We've got a big old fat stack of orders right here that we got to do. So I'm just going to go pick up those parts real quick, some oil, some fluid, so we have them, and then we can try to get those installed tomorrow. Let's go head up there right now and get them. Take old girl to the dealership. She's a little dirty. Swear she likes it. Gotta hit this local dealership and try to meet some people here and establish some connections, because I don't know nobody here. Phoenix, it felt like I knew everybody. If I needed something, anything to build a car, pretty much it was within like pretty close driving distance, and I'm having a little bit of a struggle out here just for the fact I don't know where shit is. If I need brake stuff, brake lines, hard lines, NEAN fittings, I used to have a store in Phoenix. I could just go there and grab whatever I needed. Mostly everything was in stock. Here, Oxnard, I'm not really sure where that's at, and neither does anybody else that I've spoke to so far. I'll eventually get to where I'm going. I just need to start putting in more footwork to figure out who and what and where and how I'm going to get shit done, and the connections I need to make to be able to do that in this town.
I put it in motion. I just want the dopest. You fuck with the wrong one. We finna ghost them. Oh, we on the coast here. I fell in the ocean.
Pick up
Why you
this
do
car
the
local out here, no checked engine light. Take it back to Phoenix every weekend, 380 miles to the gallon. It's got that dual stage VTEC single cam. I love it. The only problem it's had so far is it started misfiring. Switched out to spark plugs. Perfect. Now, purrs like a little kid. 380 miles to the gallon. That's wishful thinking. I meant 380 miles to the tank. Still gangster. Alright guys, so we're at Honda, Ocean Honda of Ventura. I kind of feel like I'm cheating on my hometown Honda right now, because I've been going to my hometown Honda, Arrowhead Honda. Randy and parts department over there, I've been going there since I was in high school basically. He's been there since it opened. They've always been good to me. I even worked at Arrowhead Honda for probably about 2 years. Right out of high school, and they've always been great to me. I bought all my parts from them. All the moldings brand new, my first builds, my beginning builds that you guys seen with all new moldings and everything, those all came from Arrowhead Honda. And to be establishing a relationship at new Honda feels kind of weird to me. So there's a guy by the name of Ricky, I believe his name. Frank knows him from Best Buy days. Hopefully we'll be able to meet him, go inside and get these parts. I'm not sure what I needed. Hopefully you could just tell me exactly what I need.
Yeah, for sure.
You Ricky?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool, man. RC.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the one doing probably all the ordering. Like, you probably hear from me a lot more, man, because I work on a lot of cars or whatever, and that's what I pretty much came here to do. So
All of us know each other, like,
yeah,
for a long time. I used to help Frank at the other Honda for a long time.
yeah, that's tight. Just got out Honda, got everything basically to do a drain and a refill on the motor for a Z306SI Z3 motor, transmission and motor. Got a new oil filter, crush washers for both of the plugs I need. Here's the oil holder. They call this oil holder for the non-oil cooler setup. And then this is the plug that you need. A little hard to see in the bag, but this is the plug that you need to plug the coolant port in the back of the block. So hopefully be able to get that installed. Probably not today. Like I said, I got a lot of orders to do, but tomorrow hopefully get the oil cooler off, get these parts installed, get some fluid in it, and we still need to pick up some distilled water and water wetter, so we'll do that real quick. Funny thing is, we might go on a trip with Alex to Washington to pick up a BRZ, and the BRZ that he wants, this exact color, sitting right next to us. Kind of crazy, so it's kind of like a sign. So hopefully the homie gets that car because he really wants it. 20,000 miles. Beautiful car. It just snowed up there, so it's sitting in storage, so we're just waiting for the right time, but hopefully we'll be able to fly out there and pick up that car with them. At Winco right now, I'm just going to try to pick up some distilled water. They should have some here. I'm not sure, never looked for it here. Not even sure where to get it in this town, but any grocery store should have it. Just go grab this real quick, get back to the shop and get some work done. From our little detour, picking up stuff or whatever. Got the oils ready. Got the distilled water ready, do some work. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff to do and a lot of orders to fill to get out to you guys.
You do the motion, I put it in motion. Yeah, we smoke the dopest. You fuck with the wrong one, we finna ghost them. Oh, we on the coast, yeah. I fell in the ocean. Why you do the most, yeah. Why you do the motion? Still inside, still in flows. Looking like he from the assholes. I'm an asshole, but an ass out, so I don't know if I'm a last though. Big dog in the
Alright guys, I thought I was going to be able to install these parts today, but we're kind of running out of time. It's late right now and a lot of orders got filled in. So I'm just going to put these in the back, get them off the counter and kind of clean up for today and just have it sitting back there for when I go to work on it. I was really hoping I was going to work on it. Put on my new Dickies work shirt so I could lay on the ground and do some work. I didn't want to mess up my other Downstar shirt that I had on. It was a black on black Downstar shirt that we sell and brand new. I just opened the thing and I didn't want to mess it up. I've been messing up my clothes doing work on the car and laying on the ground. So hopefully soon with this one, get some edges, the patches made. Just need to find somebody with the edge machine and hopefully get Downstar and then RC name on it and feel a little bit more at home when I'm working on these cars. Yeah, so hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to install the parts on this thing and get some fluids in it, see if there's any leaks, and then hopefully be starting this thing soon. Hell yeah, I can't wait. Have a good night, guys.